So anyhow, the origin of fish. Fish originated in Oxford, England, in an Episcopal parish there, and the way it worked was people would put the sign of the fish, the sign that you see of the fish, in their window if they had a need, and of course, and then they had block wardens that would circle the neighborhood to find out what the needs were and then try to take care of the needs. An American diplomat that was visiting that parish liked the idea, and he brought it back to the United States, I think in the New England area. We started in the mid-'70s.
I got involved probably a couple years ago. And in more recent times, I've actually got my husband involved, so he goes out with me, and we get the things together, and sometimes even get the grandchildren, and they go along and help deliver as well. So they get a bird's eye view of what's necessary, and how we pick the different things that go in it. Barb and Walt keep me on my toes as to delivery and people's needs, and kind of keeping me in line that way, making sure you give them a wide variety of meals, different things that they can utilize. Our fish closet is right here in St. Paul's Church, so we do have the capability to get things in a hurry. And they keep it well stocked for us, and I think we get food, federal food, as well as the donations from our members and grants that we get. So it allows us to give them meat and bread and eggs and some of the more basic things that they can make a lot of different meals out of. But my experience is, such that sometimes you have 3 calls, sometimes you have 4 calls, just depends. And you take them off the phone service as you take all their information. But it's just not for food either. Fish does things like prescription medicines. They help with some utilities. And you get a lot of different personalities and a lot of different needs out of it. And you can help in a lot more different ways than just food. So it's another big outreach that St. Paul's does, and it doesn't take up a lot of your time, and it's a good thing to volunteer for if you want to just get out and help and do things. And I don't help load the closet; that's Barb and Walt's job, but she inventories that and keeps it all straight and keeps us all straight with what we need to do. But it's a great opportunity to help in the community and help those that need. And you even get to help more so as you get out and they have another need. You can kind of spread the outreach on around. And
I've been involved with fish for a number of years, and most recently my children came to me and said that they needed to get their children involved in something to give back to the community. It's an important lesson that we teach our children, that to whom much is given, much is required, and they need to learn that, and they need to learn that early. So we take 2 Sundays a month, and my grandchildren are 8, 9, and 11, and they love doing it. They love packing it up, taking it to the car, carrying it into the people's homes. I have to watch them because they get way too involved sometimes with the people's lives. They want to know, what does this particular person need? How many children do they have? What do the children like? It's teaching them lessons that they need to know, that they need to be giving back to their community. It's always nice when you take the food into the people's home or to the door. It just depends on what the situation is, but they're so appreciative. And it's nice for the kids to see that as well, that people appreciate what you do for them.
And kudo for St. Paul's, while I'm on that subject, is that comes from the donations that you give us very regularly and very generously. So So those funds that you give as part of your offering or as special gifts is what makes this possible. So the way it works is through the answering service, and the volunteer will call on the day that they choose, and you pick whatever time you have that day, and you call into the answering service. You pick up the calls, then you call the client, and you arrange a time to deliver the food, and that's according to your schedule, of course, not the client's. And that works pretty well. And it's been modified over the years. So, and if you have any questions, you call Barbara or myself or any other fish worker who will help you. But it's very straightforward. Once you get the calls, you go to the food closet, as Brenda indicated, and just put together the amount of food required for the number of people. And we have no meetings, by the way, which we all love. All your time goes to the clients, and we just work by we communicate through the internet or by phone and so forth. So it's very easy. And if you can't do it on the day you select for each month, you either switch with someone else or we skip over that day and the calls are picked up somewhere else. So it's totally flexible, and that makes it fun for you and easy.
Delivering food for fish is an interesting experience. Always it's interesting. First, you have to find out or call these people and find out who they are and where they live and their particular needs. We usually pack up enough food for 3 days, although I think if you checked our bags, one could live easily 5 days on what we send out. Invariably, it's appreciated. Thank you. God bless you. These are the responses we get.
They're very appreciative of what you take to them, and sometimes they just, it brings a tear to their eyes, and they give you a big hug, or they're just so thankful, and so it's heartwarming to reach out to them. And you reach out to them in other ways. I mean, sometimes there's other needs that you can help with, and as Walt said, St. Paul's is great because there's food in the fish basket in the narthex every Sunday, and you guys help fill the closet that allows us to distribute to the community. So if the food's not in the closet, we can't deliver it anyways. And I know with the monetary donations and the grants and the things that come from our members, we're able to serve a lot of people, and it's just a wonderful feeling, and it's a blessing.
Sometimes when I go, I feel like the system might be abused, but more times when I go and deliver to clients, I feel like I'm really glad that I was there. I've had a couple of families where grandparents were raising several grandchildren in motels, which always kind of touches my heart, and they're always very appreciative. I remember one family in particular. It was 3 in a motel, and I was trying to determine. I knew what food we had in the pantry, and sometimes we have a little less, and you want to kind of check and make sure that they like the food that you have, especially the main meat entree. And I remember asking this man if his family liked this particular food or meat, and did he have the correct stove, hot plate, whatever in the motel to cook it. And he very directly told me, he said, you bring anything you want. He said, I promise you I can make it. He said, my family has long ago declared that I'm the best cook and can perform miracles with anything. So, and that was one of my particularly rewarding ones. I mean, they were at the door, came out and greeted me right away when I got there. And he was just so appreciative. And he said, I could cook a Thanksgiving dinner on a hot plate if I had to. And I'm sure he could.
Fish is a a ministry that I can share with my wife, Kim. And whenever we go out, we make phone calls to the clientele, and we ask several questions so that they have kids and everything like that. And we deliver the food, and it sort of has an effect on Kim and I in a different way, and it generates deep-rooted conversations between the two of us. So the blessing that we realize through the fish ministry is, as we're traveling in the car delivering food throughout the different clients or on our way home, these deep-rooted conversations, they really get deep, and we discuss on how blessed we really are and how people live from paycheck to paycheck, and that you can be wiped out in a week or two if you lose your job, if you get addicted to drugs, or you have been laid off of work, you have a death in the family. We're all in the same boat. Instead of delivering for fish, we could be receiving for fish in just a matter of weeks. So these conversations that we have make us realize how blessed we are, but it also challenges us of what we can do more in the community to help others out besides delivering food once a month as we do. So that's the effect that it had on us, and we're very grateful for this program at St. Paul's, because it's well needed in the community.
It's amazing to me the number of people in this county who are either hungry or food insecure. And it's not necessarily always the stereotype when you get there. There are a number of elderly people in this community whose retirement is not enough for them to be able to eat. And there are a number of children who go to school who just, when we take food to them, they're jumping up and down, and Mommy, look what they brought. Mommy, look what we got. And they're so excited that they know now where their next meal's coming from. It's a very humbling experience.